Hello everybody and welcome to SnackTube. Today we've got ourselves a wee Iceland exclusive. This is the Chiquito pulled pork burrito bowl. This is exclusive to Iceland's freezers. They have a few different things. They've got a pulled pork one, there was a beefy one, there's a few other Chiquito things, and they're even selling Chiquito branded tortilla chips as well. I think you can buy dips, so we might try a few other things from this range if this one happens to be nice. So this is their pulled pork burrito bowl. It's a tortilla filled with vegetable and basmati rice mix and marinated shredded pork topped with a creamy cheese sauce, salsa, cheese and jalapeno. Which sounds quite nice. You'll see it's supposed to be hot as well. It's got 2 spicy peppers. So yeah, hoping this will be good. I'll let you see it first before we give you the first bite. First bite is with the eye. I'll let you see it first before you decide. But yeah, it looks okay from the packaging. Pulled pork, cheese, jalapenos, rice. Can't go wrong, really, can you? So let's have a wee look at the info on the old packet here. So this was done in the microwave because I didn't want to wait to cook it for 40 minutes in the oven plus preheating time. In fact, it's 50 minutes because it says 40 minutes into cooking time, remove the film lid, return and cover. Return to the oven for a further 10 minutes. So 50 minutes to cook this thing in the oven. That's a bit too long for my liking. This took 12 minutes in the microwave, which is still quite long, but it is what it is. I mean, it is a fairly large thing, so I'm not complaining. There's all your ingredients if you want to give them a wee read. So we've got the usual blurby thing. Chiquito pulled pork burrito bowl. Plain tortilla wrap filled with vegetable and basmati rice mix. Cooked marinated shredded pork and topped with a creamy cheese sauce, salsa, cheese and red jalapeno. 460 grams. And this keeps in the freezer. And as you can see, it is exclusive to Iceland. So let's go through your nutritional information. Let's see what this will do to me. So energy, 778 calories. I would say that's quite high if you're having it for a lunch. That's probably a bit too much for your lunch, but for a dinner, that's not too bad. Fat, 35.8 grams, of which 17.3 grams is saturated fat. So, yeah, that is bad. That would be very much a red on the scale. That's almost your entire saturates used for the day. Quite a lot of fat. 73.3 grams of carbs. That's pretty high as well. Only 8 grams of fibre, 36.6 grams of protein, and then 2.7 grams of salt, which again is quite high. So the calories aren't that bad, but the fat, the salt, the carbs, quite a lot of those in there. I mean, you've got pork and cheese and a tortillas. It's, yeah, not really great for you. But hey ho, hopefully it'll taste nice. That's hopefully what that means. So there you go. There's your Chiquito bowl. I suppose I will show you what it looks like. There's your, here's your one for your serving suggestion, as they call it. And here's what it looks like in the bowl. Looks a bit more of a cheese melted mess than that. I mean, those jalapenos look like they've just been placed nicely on top, whereas these look like they've been nuked to hell. But it's reasonably deep. I mean, I'll hold up the actual bowl so you can see how deep it is. So that's how deep the bowl is, and then it goes to just about halfway, so it's not bad. There's quite a lot in there, to be fair. It's going to be reasonably filling. That's the main thing. Right, I'm really interested to try this now, so let's do it. This is the Chiquito pulled pork burrito bowl, exclusive to Iceland. Let's give it the old taste test. Just wondering how stuck this tortilla is to the packet. It's not. The cheese is, some of the cheese is, but I reckon I could get that whole tortilla out and pick it up. I think it would fall apart though. The bottom of this is quite wet. So I just kind of want to try and get a bite with just about everything. I probably should have brought a knife. That's alright. The tortilla is reasonably wet. It's actually pulling apart quite nicely. Okay, there you go. There's a fork full. It's got a tortilla on it. It's got all the rice and the pork and stuff in it. So let's do it. it's hot. I'm going to get some of the... I want to just try the different parts here. So that's the rice. Let's try the pulled pork. There it is there. And a wee bit of the tortilla. Okay. Now, normally, what I should say first is that normally when you order something like this, like a burrito bowl from a Mexican restaurant or whatever, they'll build it, right? So you'll get, they'll have all the different bits all made already, and then they'll build it onto the plate and you eat it straight away. So you put a tortilla down, maybe toast it or whatever, and then put some rice on, some pork, cheese, sauce, blah, blah, blah. This is obviously a microwave meal, frozen, so everything is already in there when you put it in the oven or put it in the microwave. And because of that, it's a bit mushy. I'm not gonna lie. It is a little bit mushy. Strands of the pork, while you can tell it is pulled pork, it's a little bit stringy. It's a bit more mushy than you would hope pulled pork to be. So that definitely, from a texture standpoint, brings it down a notch. The tortilla on the bottom, because it's been saturated with the sauce and because it's been frozen in the water, is like melted and soaked that. The tortilla, apart from the little bit around the edges that have been exposed to the air, the tortilla is just total, it's like clay. It's wet. The rice is shocking, I have to say. The rice is terrible. It's not cooked. It's not cooked through. The rice is still a little bit crunchy. It's not cooked all the way. It's partially cooked, which is bad. Because you don't need that in your rice bowl. You want perfectly cooked, fluffy rice. You don't want crunchy rice. And maybe towards the middle of this bowl, rice is maybe a bit more cooked, maybe. I don't know, I'll need to find out, but definitely what I've had of it so far, and I'm about, I've had that much of it. The rice isn't cooked. So, bad. That's bad. That's bad form. The cheese is nice. Very nice cheese. I'm not getting too much of a spiciness from it. I expect there is a bit of kick. I'm not going to deny. So I expect by the time I'm finished in eating this, my mouth will feel quite spicy, but it's not so spicy that I can't handle it, or that anyone who reasonably likes a spicy thing couldn't handle it. I think it's pretty doable. Yeah, I would say 2 hot spices. Maybe not. I don't think so. All of that, quite a lot of criticism there. A bit mushy. The rice is undercooked. The tortilla is like clay. All that aside, the cheese is nice. You got a good bit of cheesiness. The sauce, the cheesy sauce is pretty tasty. I'd have that on its own on something. Because the cheese has got kind of the sort of Mexican spicy flavour to it, which I quite nice. I quite like. You've got the veg in there. You've got corn. You've got beans. You've got pepper. And that's all quite nice. The pork does taste lovely. It's got a lovely flavour to it. Sort of barbecue-y. So I'll give it all that. The flavour's nice. The cheese is nice. The cheese, because it's all over the top there, it's melted all over it. So you've got a lovely bit of cheesiness in just about every bite. And the sauce is really good, and that actually seemed to have microwaved well, all of that. So Flavour-wise, it's good, but I think the whole thing, when it comes together, it all is just a bit mushy. And I would say I wouldn't go for it again. It's it could be done better. Like, buy all the relative parts individually and build your own bowl. Because for how much I paid for that, it is not worth it. I mean, that was like £3 or £4. Which is a bit much for something that essentially turns to mush. So, overall, definitely, I don't know if I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's great. It's got good flavour. I'll give it that much. You know, the flavours are nice. So, if you like the flavour of that, maybe you'll like it. But I think texture-wise, it doesn't work, because having all of that in there and microwaving it, or maybe it'd be better if you did it in the oven. I don't know. Probably not. I don't think it would. But yeah, just not a good texture to it at all. Well, that'll do for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the wee bell to get notifications anytime a new video comes out, and follow my TikTok as well. I review different stuff on there, reviews, some of it's food that I get at home, other stuff it's like takeaways or restaurants or whatever. So go on there, check that out, and I just hope you guys all have yourselves a fantastic day, and I will catch you on the flip side. See you then.